will start with counting my breath. Breathing in, count 001. Breathing out, count 001. Breathing in, count 002. Breathing out, count 002. Breathing in, count 003. Breathing out, count 003. Yesterday, in the last clip, we come to the conclusion that we cannot control the external world or the external state as much as we want, as fast as we want. But the opposite, we can control our internal state or our internal world, our internal quality. More or as much as we can for the area that we can do or we have some influence or control. For today, when we look back to yesterday, when we have enough distance to be neutral and consider it neutrally, and we also can observe our internal state, our internal water, our internal quality over time, at least for the period about 1 day or 24 hours, and we can find and we will find that the internal state is as same as the external state, that it is not constant, is not permanent, and of course it's not perfect. And moreover, it will keep changing over time. It will not stay the same. It can go up and it can go down. It's not depend on our expectation or our wish or our thinking or our opinion. And we cannot make it permanent. We cannot make it constant. We cannot make it perfect. And if we try to do so, we will get attached to that impermanent aspect that will create more suffering for ourselves. So that means we don't have fully control of our internal state. And it can affect or influenced by many conditions, many factors, many causes, like sleep, food, stress, and so many things. So it is clear and obvious that our goal is not to make the internal state permanent or constant or perfect, but rather the goal is to maintain and recover the internal state, the internal water, the internal quality as coherently and consistently as much as we can. And if we can do so, it will stop or reduce a lot of suffering inside ourselves that oftentimes, most of the time, we as humans, we are running under the unconscious automatic mechanism, the level one, most of the time. And the mechanism itself will attach to anything that happening, whether inside or outside. This is tendency. This is by evolution. We cannot change the evolution mechanism, but evolution gives us awareness, focus, and agency that we can practice to be more aware of what's happening, which is at this point we choose to focus more on internal state, internal water, internal quality. And when we observe and be more aware of our internal state, we will be able to see clearly about what really happening inside ourselves. We will aware that the internal state keep changing. They are not permanent. They are not constant. They are not perfect. It's just happen as the way they are. It's happen as it is. Not as same as what we think or follow our opinion about it. Truth is simply and honestly is it doesn't care about our opinion or our thinking or our desire or our wish. After we have more awareness, and then we can focus more on the smallest point. That is the most important thing, that we can do something about it. And then we have more agency because we are get out of level 1. We are beyond level 1. We are higher or deeper than level 1. And we can choose and we can use our agency to do what we can do, to choose to do what we can do. By choose to take the minimum necessary action. And then we see the feedback. And we use that feedback as the new input for the system, for our consideration, for our contemplation. It's like our internal AI model system. And then we choose to take another minimum necessary action, and we do it this loop, this recursive loop, over and over again. And we can check it whether we are doing the right thing, we come at the right direction or not, by observe and aware of our internal state, internal water, internal quality, whether they are coherent or not, whether they are consistent or not. If it's not coherent, if it's not consistent, we just fine-tuning our small action a little bit to make it more coherent, more consistent. And we keep doing this recursive loop again and again. And this is the right action, and this is the right way. One of the most important point that I think we may need to mention or consider about it is that maybe some of you or few of you think that the current situation is too much, is unbearable, and you want to escape it in some way or some form. One of the way of another of the form is some people would like to leave everything behind, and you go to somewhere at distance so you can be more peaceful, you can be more lighter or happier. And you may call that way spiritual or dhamma or monastic life. And you see the current situation, the place that you don't like, the life that you don't like, as the world. And at the first glance or at the surface level, this looks logical and reasonable, but when we consider it deeply or profoundly, actually it is one form of duality thinking. That means you are still in the dualistic mechanism. It still creates suffering or a lot of suffering for you by doing so. But just be in the new form, but it's still in the same mechanism, which is the dualistic mechanism that always cause the suffering for yourself. The exit or the solution or the better way or the better choice is that you don't need to separate between the world life and the Dhamma life or the spiritual life, because life is always oneness. It's not separate as same as our thinking or our wish or our desire want it to be. The truth will not follow our opinion or obey to our opinion. Actually is honestly and frankly is doesn't care about our thinking, our wish or our opinion. The better way, the better choice or the right way or the right choice is that life is always oneness and cannot be separate. And if we try to separate it more, we will create more suffering for ourselves. Until we stop to separate it, we will stop or reduce that unnecessary suffering that we create for ourselves. And then we practice more awareness. And we put more awareness into it. We are not try to escape it. We try not to be with it as it is. We try to see it as it is, and we try to respond it as it is, not as what we think about it or we have opinion about it. Every time you have the heavy feeling, every time you would like to escape it, Every time you feel uncomfortable about the current situation, about the current life, about the current world that you are in right now, don't try to rush or to be hurried. You can choose to slow down and be still and come back to your breath. We will practice it again. I will count my breath. Breathing in count 001. Breathing out count 001. Breathing in count 002. Breathing out count 002. Breathing in count 003. Breathing out count 003. After you have more awareness, have more focus, and you'll be able to choose the better thinking, the right thinking, and then you can start to consider that the world or the life that where you are now, in this present moment, in this hour, in this minute, or in this second, in this breath, whether breath in or breath out. This is the most real thing. This is the most real truth that you can experience right now without your wish, without your desire, without your want, without your thinking, without your imagination, without your fantasy, without your opinion about it. You just aware and see it as it is, as neutral as it is, as much as neutral as you can be. And then you may or you feel or you can be free at some certain level from the level 1, from the unconscious automatic thinking, feeling, emotion mechanism. The level 1 that rule or govern your life, most of the time, every hour, every minute, every second, every moment, every breath, whether it is breath in or breath out. And if you are not able to aware of it, awake to it, and be able to choose to run or to operate from the higher level, better level or deeper level that we call level 2. That means you are not participate in your life at all. You let the automatic, unconscious automatic mechanism running purely 100%, and you have zero participation. And this is considered we are wasting our life 100% at that moment, or at that second, or at that minute, or at that hour, or at that day, or at that 10 year, or at that 20 year, or at that 50 year, or at our whole life. That is something that we will forget about it for almost 100%. The second most important thing is that to consider is the most miracle thing that we have the light in this universe, in this world, in this country, in this place that we are right now. And the possibility that to have the life in the universe, in the world, is almost zero. So to have a life is the ultimate miracle that we cannot imagine, that we cannot understand. It's too deep, too complicated for us, most of human, to be able to understand that. But one thing that we can understand and we are sure is that this is really the most miracle. To be human, to have life, and even though we get the limit time and the limit energy and the limit life, and if we aware more, focus more, and we can choose more, and we can respond better to it as it is, that means we can do our best about it, to do something that we can do, something that we can influence or control as much as we can do, as best as we can do. That is the most real thing. That is the most important thing that we will not regret at the end of our life. that we really don't know how much is remain. And when that time is coming near to us, this can be, maybe, and will be the only thing that can save us beautifully, gratefully, to prevent, to help us to prevent us from the regret that most human may have, can have, and will have. And I think that is one of the most important thing and one of the most important act that we can set ourselves. It's like we travel from the future to our current self to help us, to guide us. What is the most important thing about life? What is the most important thing that we can do about our life right now? And help us and prevent us to not regret at the end of our life beautifully and gratefully. Maybe many of you, some of you, few of you, or even one of you is thinking about this and wondering about this or finding something, some answer about this. And if this can be useful a little bit or helpful a little bit, this video will may can achieve its meaning already. And hope you have the beautiful life, the graceful life, and grateful life. And it is until we see each other again. Bye.